everybody, welcome to my kitchen. Today we're making a quick and easy dinner for my friend Natalia, who wanted to get some ideas on what to make for her family. I'm making this for one person, moi. You can make it for as many people as you want, just multiply it by how many people you want. So let's get started. We're not going to use an oven, we're going to use our Ninja. This is an air fryer and an oven. It warms up literally like in a minute or two. I'm going to turn it on, bake, and I'm going to do 10 minutes at 420. It is going to warm up so quickly that this is the time we use for prep. And what we're making today is going to require 0 dishes to do. How awesome is that? Parchment paper. Now, I love potatoes, and I buy the little fingerling potatoes for 3 reasons. 1, they're multicolored, so more nutrients. 2, all you have to do is just cut them really quick if you want smaller pieces, but they bake really quick because they're so small, and they are rich in potassium and fiber. And because they're small, I feel like the portion control is easier, and you don't have to peel them. So this is another bonus. I just washed them, and I put some grapeseed oil. I don't use olive oil as much for cooking, for heat, but for baking, for roasting, I use grapeseed oil, and I don't use any canola oil. Please, please, please don't use any canola oil. Check it out, it's done. I'm gonna pop these in. While they're cooking, we're gonna make a salad, and then I'm gonna make the second part of that dish to cook for another 10 minutes. So altogether it's gonna take 20 minutes in the oven. Passive time, I mean, you saw the prep was super easy, but the salad, of course, is gonna take like 3 minutes maybe. I love arugula for a couple of reasons. I love that it's bitter, and it's actually really good for your liver, and when you help your liver, you help your body detox, because the liver is the biggest organ in the body to detoxify. And I'll credit all the greens and all the healthy eating with the fact that my body composition scale said that, guess how old I am? 20. I'm 20 years old, so cool. I'm actually 41 according to the biological passport and stuff like that, but biological body age is 20. Okay, so this is what I do. This is one of my favorite salads. So arugula, bitter, good for the liver. It is very flavorful. You don't have to wash it because it's already pre-washed. You don't have to cut it. So again, super easy, like you save so much time. I have some leftover asparagus, so I'm gonna cut it up here. And then, the thing that I love about this salad, and one of my tricks on how to end sugar cravings, is adding sweet fruit to your salad. Because when you're eating a little bit of sweetness in savory food, I feel you get the balance, you get all of the flavors. I mean, that's why McDonald's is so popular. You have the sweet, the sour, the salty, the bitterness. You know, you have all of those things, and that's what makes the meal satisfying. I'm gonna cut this peach, and this is a super ripe white peach. Oh my god, it smells amazing. And one of the biggest tricks, I'll tell you, there's 2 tricks to making food taste good. 1, numero uno, or in Russian we say номер один, is to buy organic, highest quality food that's in season. So it will taste really good, because if you focus on the ingredients that are local, that are seasonal, you're gonna get all the flavor. And if they're organic, they weren't in these horrible farms, they will get all the nutrients from the soil, they will actually taste good, right? And then the number 2 trick is to love your food, to love when you cook. When I cook for my clients, I always play happy music, I only talk about happy things if somebody comes in the kitchen. Food fuels our energy, you know, we are energy, everything is energy. If you put me under the microscope, your hand under the microscope, you put this plate under the microscope, and this salad, it will all be the same. Energy from atoms, inside atoms. So if it's all energy, it's all communicating somehow, and we can affect our energy. So, yummy food, I love you, I love you, I love you. I mean, you might think I'm crazy, I don't care. For crunch, so we have different flavors. Pine nuts. If you want to save money on pine nuts, buy them at Trader Joe's. Love Trader Joe's. Okay. Then we're gonna use organic olive oil, imported from Italy. And I do love a little bit of olive oil, because when I add fat to my food and sweetness to my food, I feel so much more satisfied with it, and so then I don't crave sweets, I don't crave desserts. And then actually, look how much I have left. I love it so much. This is a balsamic vinegar, aged. So we have a little sour, right? Sweet, sour. And then you're thinking, Alina, what about the salt? I gotcha. This is an amazing cheese called Violife. Comes in a block. Obviously, I ate half of it already. And what I do, because I don't like shredding, like I don't like those shredders and you have to stand there and it's like, it's not really fun. Like to me, shredding is such a masculine energy and I want to be playful and fun with food. So I use a peeler and I just peel the cheese. Look at that. Isn't it so cool? So cool. Look at that salad. I mean, I can go on and on, right? You know the joke, right? When the waiter comes to the table and he's like, just say when. And he keeps putting the cheese and you're like, keep going, and you have this plate of cheese. So I'm gonna just put a little bit. But this is the salad. I mean, super duper easy. And we are done in 5 minutes with all the chit chat. When you're cooking for yourself, you don't have to be chit chatting. So the salad is done. Next, we're gonna prep. Have tomatoes. Tomatoes are high in lycopene. These are local, organic, in-season cherry tomatoes. And I love that they're different colors because you get different phytonutrients. And what I love about cherry tomatoes, guess? You don't have to cut them. So yes, I love it. No cutting here. I just washed them. Then we're gonna use garlic. I love garlic that's already peeled. This is when I worked in a corporate kitchen, in a big commercial kitchen, we only used garlic that was peeled because you use so much garlic. So you can put the garlic in a press and press it, but then you have to do extra dishes. I don't want to do that. So I'm going to take a big knife and I'm just going to do this number. Make sure your fingers are out of the picture here, so you're not chopping anything. But let me show you how to hold a knife, by the way. Make sure you're holding the knife onto the blade so you have more control over it. And as far as how many cloves of garlic, you know, use it up to you. I love roasted garlic, so I'm gonna use maybe like 2 or 3 for this recipe. Again, if you don't like garlic, you can skip it. I love garlic for the phytonutrients. It kills bacteria and viruses, and you know, no matter if it's COVID time or not, it's just really good for your immunity, but probably not for your breath. So you have to make sure you're eating that arugula salad. Some bitter herbs or parsley also helps with that. Or just have some gum, sugar-free, you know, healthy organic gum. Yes, there's such a thing as organic gum. Okay, so I have the garlic here. That's done. Get it off my fingers. Okay, so that's how I prep with the garlic. Then we're gonna take a lemon and I'm gonna slice it in these nice rounds. I'm gonna do 2 rounds. And lemon is rich in vitamin C, which we all need, but unfortunately we're not gonna get the vitamin C from this one because we're gonna cook it. And when you heat vitamin C, you lose it. That is why I don't buy pasteurized orange juice, because pasteurized orange juice has no vitamin C. Yes, it was there when the juice was created, but then it was pasteurized. And pasteurization kills enzymes and kills vitamins. So it's like, what's the point? It's just sugar water that's flavored. So if you want to do your own orange juice, freshly squeezed, or buy high pressure processed, where you kill the bacteria with the pressure, it's too high of a pressure so it cannot survive, but you don't kill the vitamins and you don't kill the enzyme. And then you're wondering, okay, we have tomatoes, we have lemon, garlic, we have the potatoes. What about the main thing? We're gonna use fish. And yes, I eat fish once in a while. This is, I bought it yesterday, it's sable fish. It's wild caught and it was green on the sustainability level. So it's local. I only use fish once in a while. Here are my tips to eating fish sustainable, 100%. You have to make sure that your choices are sustainable. I sometimes prefer farmed, sustainably farmed versus wild because there's a lot of pollution in the ocean. So, you know, use it in moderation. Sometimes I do buy wild salmon, but if I do buy wild fish, I know it might sound crazy, I love sardines. I love sardines. They're small, so their lifespan is not that long, so they didn't have that much time to accumulate the pollution. But I feel really bad about eating fish, so I'm gonna say thank you, fish. Bless it and hope that the spirit goes off to the better life. So I do use fish very rarely, but local, sustainable, and as little as possible. But my friend Natasha asked me about fish in particular, so I wanted to share what I do. Look, 10 minutes, done. So when I do buy fish, it has to be local, sustainable, no swordfish and no tuna for moi, because it has a lot of mercury. Now, let's get this going for the second round of our extravaganza. Oh my gosh. So this oven, this mini oven, also can dehydrate, it can air fry, it's super awesome, and it takes really little time, so these get cooked super quickly. They started to brown already after 10 minutes, and they're getting really nice and soft outside layer. Oh yeah, this is perfect. Perfection. Have you seen Friends? Have you guys ever watched Friends when they, gum would be perfection? Oh yeah, this is awesome. Okay, so now we're gonna put tomatoes on this, because, see, I have Friends. Somebody gave me Friends mitten. I love Friends. We're gonna put tomatoes right here, and then we are gonna use olive oil on tomatoes because I do want the flavor. So sue me. Don't sue me, please don't sue me. Once in a while I do use olive oil for baking because it does have really yummy aroma, but just not all the time. Then we're gonna put some of the garlic right here on the tomatoes, like that. And then we're gonna put our fish. Nice fillet. I'm gonna put it right here in the middle. I don't want my hands to smell fishy, so wash them. Then I'm gonna use a little bit of salt. This is real salt, pink salt. It actually has nutrients, minerals. So if you're gonna be using salt, make sure it's nutrient-dense salt. Then I'm gonna put some pepper. I like the freshly ground pepper. Just a little bit. Whoa! Oh my god, did you guys see that? Holy shit! I have pepper. Oh my gosh. I have pepper like all over the floor right now. And this thing. So, that was hilarious. I'm so keeping that in the video. And I just need to make sure my dog doesn't get to that pepper. It's okay, things happen. I won't eat the pepper. I'll just have to make sure that I don't eat that pepper. Oh my gosh. That is so funny. Well, I'm glad I have my Roomba vacuum, so it can vacuum it for me, but probably have to go with a broom. That was hilarious. Never had that happen before, ever. So I have to be careful with the grinders. Alright, well, there you go. I untwisted it by accident. Alright, so moving on. Lemon goes right on the fish. Making sure I'm using the mittens because this is so hot. And then I'm gonna pop it in here for 10 minutes. And while it's cooking, I'm gonna clean up the mess that I just made with the pepper. So we'll be right back to see how it turned out. Alright, so time is almost up. I can hear the tomatoes popping. I did put a couple extra minutes on the fish. I always like to put it for like 10 minutes at a time and then just see how it cooks, because this little oven cooks so much faster than regular ones, and then you can always add time. You just don't want to overcook it. But what we gotta do is be very, very careful because the tomatoes are popping. That's what we wanted. It looks amazing. Smells really good. Oh yeah, it cooked perfectly. So for this recipe, it turns out that it needed 14 minutes for the fish and 10 extra minutes for the potatoes. And look at this. This is for one. Now I want to show you guys. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 potatoes. You can think it's 6 pieces, but it's actually 4 or 5 potatoes. And then a whole bunch of tomatoes. I do, like I said, love potatoes because they have potassium, they have fiber, they're so filling, and we do need some carbs. But most of my meal here is going to be vegetables, right? We have the salad with a lot of arugula and asparagus, and we have the tomatoes. You can add more veggies if you want, but I do love potatoes because they make me feel full and also cut my cravings for other carbs, especially sugar and dessert. And oh my god, this is perfect. The thing about potatoes is the biggest offender in the potato world is sour cream and butter. You know, that's what most people like potatoes for. And that's the calorie and the cholesterol adders. Can you say adders? Well, you know what you mean. I mean, you know what I mean. So I can use a little bit of salt on this, the really good real salt. And this is how you can tell the fish is done. It becomes flaky. You can cut through it and you can taste, you can feel the texture. If it's really hard to get the fork in, it's not done. But if it's easy, or a knife, then it's perfect. Oh, look at that. All right. And this size actually is probably a little too big for me, so I'm gonna eat only half of it and have another half later. And like I said, you know, be mindful with the consumption of animal protein. We don't need so much of it. But some people do, I know I do. And just eat mindfully and make sure you're giving your gratitude to the animals. I just wanted to make this pretty. Look, I'll show you. It's twisted. You see it? Look. See, twisted lemon. It looks actually pretty from the top. And then I'm gonna gather all of my tomatoes carefully because I have all the pepper. So while this was cooking, I was scooping up all the pepper with a broom. I gave my house a little extra cleaning, I guess. It's good. Okay, cool fact. Tomatoes actually will have more lycopene when they're cooked. It's really good for us, for the heart health. And they're so yummy. Tons of fiber, tons of water to keep us hydrated. Look how pretty. Oh yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go take a picture of this for the video. So I'm not gonna taste it, but I know it's gonna taste good because we use great ingredients and we put a lot of love in it. And so how can it not be awesome? But this is it, voila, super easy. You don't have to do any dishes besides this dish. This, you just toss the paper and that's it. You can, I mean, it dropped a little bit of oil, so I'm gonna put it in the dishwasher, but still, super easy. So cheers to your health and until later, and please let me know if you have any recipe requests because honestly, this is what I love doing. This is why I became a chef, to help people like you to make it easy and quick and healthy and delicious. And I thrive on the recipe ideas and questions. So please, please, please let me know what your questions are. And until later, bye.